Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is From. On this video, I'm going to show you guys how to draft this stylist asymmetrical corset blouse with front lacing. So something that you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. So let's move into this tutorial. From the edge of my pattern, which is going to be my shoulder line, I'm going to come down from there by 10 inches, which is going to be my bust line, 13.5 for the under bust line, 17.5 for the waistline. So after that, I'm going to rule out a vertical line. After I'm done rule out a vertical line from the waistline, I'm going to come down by 9 inches. That is the distance between my waist to the hip line. After I'm done ruling it out, I'm going to label it my bust line, under bust line, waistline, and the hip line. So after that, I'm going to come up on my shoulder line and taking my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. So from that 7.5 that I mark, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So to calculate your armhole length, you are going to divide your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Mine is 7.5, which I mark. So after I mark that 7.5, what I have from the bust to the chest line is 1.5 inches. After I'm done mark it, I'm going to take my shoulder measurement down to the chest line and mark it and connect it to the shoulder slope. So after I'm done connecting to the shoulder slope, the next thing I'm doing now is to come up on the shoulder line and marking my neck width. So I use 3.5. So after I mark that 3.5, I connect it to the shoulder slope. The next thing that I did is I come down on the bust line. I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple by 2 inches. Mine is 7 inches. 7 inches divided by 2, which is 3.5. So I'm going to mark it on the bust line, waistline, and the hip line. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to connect the 4 points together. After I'm done connecting it together, I'm going to take my waist start, which I use 1.5 inches. So I'm going to divide that 1.5 inches on both sides, which is 0.75 on both sides. After that, on the bust line, I'm going to come down by 1 inches, and on the hip line, I'm going to come up by 2 inches. So I don't want anything to affect my hip line, also the bust point. That's the reason why I come down by 1 inch on the bust line and 2 inches on the hip line. So after I'm done connecting, I will come up on my chest line and taking my bust measure. My bust measure is 36 divided by 4, which is 9 inches. So I'm going to mark it. After I mark it, I'm going to find the midpoint on the armhole line and mark it and come in from there by 0.75. After that, I will now curve out my armhole curve. After I'm done curve out of armhole curve, I'm going to come down on the waistline and taking my waist measurement. My waist is 30 divided by 4, which is 7.5 plus 1.5 inches that we have for the dart on the waistline. So I'm going to mark it. After that, I will come down on the hip line and taking my hip measure. My hip is 42 divided by 4, which is 10.5. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to connect the points together. After I'm done connecting the point together, I will come up on my underbust line and taking my underbust circumferences. My underbust circumferences is 29. So 29 divided by 4, which is 7.25. After I done marking it, I'm going to measure what remains. That what remains I'm going to use to tighten my underbust by dividing it equally on both sides and connect it to the waistline. So after I'm done connecting it to the waistline, I'll use my hip curve to curve out my bustier. So guys, I'm going to pause for the front pattern now and move to the back because I wanted to show you guys something on the back pattern before we move back to the front pattern and continue with it. For the back pattern, I'm going to come down by 10 inches from the edge of my pattern, which is going to be my bust line, 15.5 inches for the waistline. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to roll out a vertical line. After I'm done roll out a vertical line from the waistline, I'm going to come down by 9 inches, which is distance between my waist to the hip line. So after that, I'm going to come up on the shoulder line. I'm marking my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to come down from that 7.5 by 1 inch, which for the shoulder slope. From the shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 7.5 inches. So to calculate your armhole length, you are going to divide your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. My bust is 36 divided by 6, which is going to give me 6 inches plus 1.5 inches, which is 7.5. After I'm not allowed the vertical line, so I'm going to take my measurement I have on the shoulder, which is 7.5 inches. So I take that 7.5 inches down to the armhole line. So after connecting the point together, I'm going to take in my bust measurement. My bust is 36 divided by 4, which is 9 inches. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to find the main point on the armhole line and come in by half inches. After that, I will now cuff out my armhole cuff. On the shoulder line, I'm going to mark in my shoulder width. So I use 3.5 inches. So after I mark that 3.5 inches, I'm going to connect it to the shoulder slope. After that, I'm going to come down on the waistline and mark 3.5 inches. So I'm using my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So I mark it on the waistline, on the hip line, and also on the bust line. After I'm done marking it, I'm going to connect the point together. Next is to take in my waist measurement. My waist divided by 4. The waist is 30 divided by 4, which is 7.5. So I'm going to mark it plus 1.5 inches for the waist dart. After that, I'm going to come down on the hip line and take in my hip measurement. My hip is 42 divided by 4, which is 10.5. So I'm going to connect the points together. After I'm done connecting the point together, I'm going to take my tape rule and measure from the shoulder down to the waistline, which I have 15.5 inches. But for the front, I have 17.5 inches. So to make both the side equal, I'm going to minus 15.5 inches from 17.5 inches, which remain 2 inches. So that's 2 inches I'm going to use for my side. That's the difference between my front length from the back length. After that, from the bust point, I'm going to come out by 1 inch. I did this because I don't want anything to affect my bust point. So from the bust line on the side, I'm going to come down by 2 inches and connect the point together. That 2 inches is different between my front length measurements from the back length measurement. I mean your shoulder to your waist for the front and shoulder to your waist for the back. So that is what I wanted to show you guys before I separate the back from the front pattern. So after that, I'm going to close my side dart and use a tracy way to trace it out. After I'm done tracing it out, you guys can see that the side is not straight again. So I'm going to place my ruler on top of it and reshape it. After I'm done reshaping it, I'm going to open my side dart and reshape the dart. After I'm done using my pencil to make it more visible, I'm going to transfer this pattern into another paper because of the style line we are working with. So I'm going to transfer it into another paper to make our half body into a full front body. So after I'm done transfer the pattern to another paper, as you can see, we have our full front bodies now. I'm going to use my paper tape to tape it together. So guys, we have our full front bodies now. So from the chest line, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches. So after coming up by 1.5 inches, I'm going to roll out a straight line to the center front. So after that, on the shoulder line, I'm going to find the midpoint, which is 2 inches, and connect it to the bust point. After connecting to the bust point, I'm going to tighten my neckline. So I'm using 1.5 inches to tighten the neckline, so I divided into 2, which is 0.75. After that, I'm going to connect it to the bust point by using my if cuff. After I'm not connecting it together, I'm going to move to the other side and also come up by 1.5 inches from the chest line. Then from the shoulder line on the central front, I'm going to come down by 3 inches. After I mark it, I'm going to connect it to 1.5 inches that I come off on the chest line. Just look at the way I place my ruler. So after I'm not connecting it together on the shoulder line, I'm going to find the main point, which is 2 inches, and connect it to the bust point. After I've not connected to the bust point, I'm going to tighten my neckline by 1.5 inches. I'm going to divide it on both sides of the line. And then I'm going to connect it to my bust points. After I'm done cuff out my bustier, I'm going to take my tape measurement and measure around the cuff to make sure that both sides of the bustier is equal. As you can see, one side of the bustier is longer than the other side, so I'm going to adjust it and reshape my neckline. So after I'm done reshaping it, from this point on the underbust line on the other side, I'm going to come out by 1 inches on the underbust line. I also mark it on the waistline and also on the neckline. So after I'm done marking it, I'm going to connect it together. And take it down to the hip line. After that, from the 1 inch that I mark, I'm also going to mark 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take that 1.5 inches to the hip line. After I'm done marking it, I'm going to rule out a straight line. Just connect the points together. So guys, we have placed our LS space. If you want yours to be more wider than my own, you can use as much as 2 inches, depending on how wide you wanted the space to be. After that, I also connect it to this point. You can see I slanted my straight ruler a little bit because that place is not straight. So the next thing I did is use my marker to make it more visible. So guys, we have done with the upper parts of the style line. So let's move to the hemline, because the hemline is also not the same and it's slanted and it's asymmetric hemline. So from this point here, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. So after mark it, I'm going to connect it to the hip line. After connecting it to the hip line, I'm going to come down from the waistline on this side by 7 inches and connect it to that 2 inches that I mark. So after connecting it, we have done with the one side, so let's move to the other side. For this side, I'm going to come down by 5.5 inches. So after I mark it, I'm going to connect it to the hip line. Just look at what I'm doing. So after connecting it to the hip line, we're also done with the second side. As you can see, it's asymmetric hemline. One side is straight from the other side. And don't forget to label your pattern. Label it very well so that you'll be able to recognize it when you are cutting it out on the fabric. And when you are cutting it on the fabric, you are cutting one pieces because this is a full front bodice. So you are cutting one pieces for it. That's why I label it 1 So after I'm labeling 1 I also label it 1 2 3 4 so that I will not do a mistake when I'm joining it. So guys, we have done with our front pattern, so I'm just cutting it out. Just pay attention to how I'm cutting it so that we will not make a mistake. So guys, I almost forgot that this style is going to have a shoulder. So on the shoulder line, I'm going to mark 1 inch. So I'm using 1 inch for the shoulder. So if you wanted yours to be wider than my own, you're free to do it. So I'm going to connect it to the neckline. So I also do the same thing to the other side. On the shoulder line, I mark 1 inch and connect it to the neckline. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to continue with my cutting. But before I cut the side, I'm going to close my side dart and use my paper tape to tape it together. So after I'm done taping it together, I'm going to add my stitches allowance, which is 1.5 inches. After I mark it, I'm going to connect it together. After I'm done connecting it together, I will now cut it out. I also do the same to the other side. I'll close my side dart and add my stitches allowance to it. After I'm done adding my stitch allowance, I'm going to connect it together and continue my cutting. So guys, I'm done with the front pattern now. So I'm going to continue with my back pattern. So on the back pattern from the center back on the waistline, I'm going to come in by 0.75. So I did this to afford any zip bulge. So I'm going to mark that 0.75. After I'm done marking it, I'm going to come up on the shoulder line and mark 1 inch. After mark 1 inch, I'm going to connect it to the arm line. So I maintain my arm line for the back neckline. If you think that mine is too low, you can adjust it or do any neckline that you wanted for your back. So I'm maintaining my arm line for the back neckline. So after that, I'm going to connect that 0.75 that I come in on the waistline to the neck depth. So after I'm done connecting it, I'm going to come up on the hip line by 3 inches and also connect it to that 3 inches that I come up on the hip line. After I'm done connecting it on the waistline, I'm going to come up by 0.75 and also come down by 0.75. And this measurement is not standard. It depends on how deep your back waistline is. So I'm going to connect it to nothing on this side. So after I'm done connecting to nothing on this side, I'm going to slash one leg of that and make sure that I do not slash through the side. After I'm done slashing it, I'm going to place it on top like you see me doing so, and use my paper tape to tape it together. I'm just closing the darts here. After I'm done closing it, you can see that the straight line that we have here is not straight again. So I'm going to straight it and take in my waist darts. Don't forget that when we are drafting the back pattern, we had 1.5 inches after we took in our waist measurement. So that 1.5 inches, I'm going to divide it on both sides. So from the hip line, I'm going to come up by 2 inches and connect it together, and also connect it to the bust line. After I'm done with that, on the center back, I'm going to trim out the 0.75 that I took in on the waistline. And then I added 1.5 stitches allowance to the side. So guys, we are almost done with our back pattern. What remains now is to align the side of the front to match with sides of the back. So I'm going to do that on the fabric when I'm joining the pieces together, because I don't want to make a full back bodice and something that I can do on the fabric. So I'm going to leave the back like this and then continue with it. So when I'm joining the panel together, I'm going to cut out what I needed to cut out on the back hemline. As you guys know that the side of the front is not equal, like from one side we come down from the waistline by 7 inches, while the other side will come down by 5.5 inches. So I'm going to do that on the fabric when I'm joining the pieces together. And don't forget to label your pattern. So guys, we are done with drafting of the pattern. In my next video, I'm going to show you guys how I transfer the pattern to the fabric and added stitch allowance or the pieces that I'm not added stitches allowance. So this is the final outcome after I'm done joining all the panels together. So guys, if you watch my video to the end, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give my video a thumbs up, and so on so whenever I post any video, and don't forget to share it with your friends. See you guys in my next video.